Hello, beach friends. This is Sanibel Island, known as the seashell capital of the world, and today will be a story of shelling perseverance. The last 2 weeks we've had some great shelling because a tropical storm came through, but today we're back to normal summer shelling, and we are going to talk about the difference between summer and winter shelling in just a little bit. But really quick, Bowman's now has changing rooms. Those are brand new, pretty exciting to me. I haven't been here since the hurricanes. A couple new things we're going to talk about. Now, I was approaching this bridge and I did see something out in the water. I thought it was dead. But as it turns out, it was not dead. It was really just the back of a manatee, and I wasn't sure if it was a sea turtle or a manatee, and the thing flew out of the water. So I managed to get just a little bit. I don't know what happened. I was bummed I missed the whole encounter, but a pretty exciting way to start my little adventure here at the beach. Now, what they do have, great idea, is these little buckets that you can take to the beach to get garbage, and you can even weigh it. Well, I've been doing this since March 2022, and I've removed a little over 54 pounds of garbage from the beach. So we're here at Bowman's. Bowman's is a little bit of a walk from the parking lot to the beach, but it's so beautiful. So it gives me an opportunity to kind of appreciate all of the other trees and plants and wildlife that might be around. So the goal today is to get from Bowman's up to Blind Pass. Now, I'm just going to be quiet for a minute because I want you to experience something that sounds really great. Isn't that a great sound? I know. Now, their shells are fine. These are very hardy clams, so I'm not walking on anything that I'm breaking. And I have really good beach shoes on. So you do want beach shoes to really traverse the entire beach. Don't let anything hold you back. So we're going to walk up to Blind Pass, see what we can find. We're going to start off with this little scallop. Sanibel is known for its scallops, and let's take a closer, there we go. Let's take a closer look. What is here? What is this? It's all right, so this is all crushed up. That's a little coquina, little clam. So it looks like a lot of crushed up clams. Okay, little kitten paw. All right, that's a little something. All right, doesn't look great right here, but that's okay. You know, sometimes it's an indication, sometimes it's not. But I want to cover some of the beach, so I'm going to get walking and see what all we can find. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler. It is much harder to find seashells in the summer, and I'm going to tell you why. But I'm a pretty determined person, so we don't stay at Bowman's. We do move locations, and ultimately I do manage to find a few seashells. So if you're ready to see what Sanibel has on its beaches today, let's go to the beach. Okay, here we are, Sanibel Island. I'm psyched. What is going to be out there for us today? Now, it's a little murky, so all right, great. Not great conditions to be in the water. So it looks like I'm primarily going to be on the beach, kind of looking through the rack line. I do see a turtle nest. Now, a lot of the turtle nests, at least on Fort Myers Beach, were washed away with the tropical storm, but sea turtles lay multiple nests every year. So just because those nests washed away, the turtles are going to keep coming back and laying more eggs. For that very reason, those turtles have a rough time, man. Oh, okay, it's a turkey wing. It's a rather... what's the word? It's been here a minute. It's been here a little while. It's got some, I'm probably not going to collect that. But that's not to say that I wouldn't find a more lovely one. This has a very long name. It's a clam. That is a lady-in-waiting Venus clam. Kind of pretty. Now at this point, I've walked kind of far and I'm not finding much. All right, what's here? All right, just like clam. It's fine. Like, look, if you were going to come and you just wanted to collect things for like a project or something, there's always shells here. But I'm kind of looking for things that are a little bit more unique. I do like a cut ribbed arc. So this is an arc shell, kind of like the turkey wing, except this one is a cut ribbed arc. All right, so there's nobody here, and that's one of the things I do like about the walk from Bowman's to Blind Pass is that there's no beach entrances in between the two, so there's not a lot of people. Unfortunately, today, there's also not a lot of shells, so I walked, and I walked, and I walked, and I walked, and I can see up ahead. I mean, Blind Pass is not far at this point, so yeah, Uncle. I'm going to call it. I'm calling Uncle. But I got a plan, and that's where the perseverance part comes in. So the tide is still going out. So I am going to head over to Lighthouse Beach because since the tide's going out, I can try to look for whelk traps. But why don't we talk? What is the deal with the winter and summer shelling? So this is Florida with all the seashells out in the Gulf of Mexico. And there are billions of living shells offshore along the Florida's 80-mile wide continental shelf extending for 1,000 miles from Alabama to the lower Florida Keys, and only a small fraction of them make their way onto the beach, and particularly after storms, and that we learned about for the last 2 weeks. It was pretty awesome. Now, in the summer, in the times of southerly breezes, especially in the summer and early fall, gentle surface currents pile up against the island and the extra water retreats back underneath in the form of bottom currents, thus taking beach shells and sand back out to sea. I know. On rare occasions, violent summer thunderstorms from the north reverse this cycle. Again, that we kind of experience with Tropical Storm Debbie. Now, in the winter, when cold winter winds from the north or the northwest blow across the island, they push the surface waters away from land. Then bottom currents are set up in the direction of land to replace the surface waters, thus basically pushing the shells up onto the beach, often in vast numbers. So that's why it's a little bit harder in the summer. The shells are always there. They're always out there. It's just a little bit harder to find them in the summer. As you can see now, I'm having one of those experiences, but that's okay because we're going to switch beaches. I am still really, really glad I came because I was going to do a beach walk here and changed my mind. The shelling wasn't so great here. So I considered this a reconnaissance trip. That is a broad-ribbed cardita. So I think I did manage to pick up what? The cut-ribbed arc? Nothing. I picked up like 2 seashells. Oh, wait a minute. No, I think we're just going to examine this. So this is a Florida prickly cockle. Gorgeous. But I'm probably not going to hold on to that. So I went to Bowman's. I got to see that funny manatee jump out of the water. And I got to go on a 2.5-mile walk. And that's okay, because now we're going to go to Lighthouse Beach. I'm glad the tide was going to cooperate. It's still going out. Basically, I'm here for tinies and hopefully whelk traps. If I can find a whelk trap, that's it. I'm happy. I'm good. But we are probably going to find a couple more things. So I don't normally give up, but I did want to take advantage of the tide. I know Lighthouse Beach is here. See, look at this already. So we have a true tulip. I'm not going to keep it, but just an indicator. I didn't even find anything like that over at Bowman's. So let's see what oh, now we're talking. Okay, Florida fighting conch. And another that's probably alive. Yeah, there was a whole lot of periostracum and the barnacles too, frankly. If barnacles are not volcanoes, if you see the little critters in there, I leave those at the beach. So we're just going to leave that little ecosystem there, because that's what happens at low tide. You will tend to run into critters. Oh, cool. Calico scallop. A little bit better than the other one piece I picked up earlier. That's right. That's summer, man. It is what it is. At least I have Sanibel and low tide, so I cannot complain. Now, I was going to say yellow prickly cockle, but it's not. That is a Florida prickly cockle. It's just all yellow and algae covered. A little weird bug in it. Cool. All right, it's the same shells that were at Bowman's. It's just, I think we're going to have a little bit better opportunities here. It does seem like it's a lot more compacted. And we have an auger. Yep, double check, make sure there's no little hermie in there. So it's a lovely common auger. There we go. Now I can start talking about shells. Woohoo! Oh, this looks good. This little like mess here. Okay, there's a lettered olive that did not pass the shine test. That is a crossbarred Venus clam. We call it hinged when they are connected still. One of the more common shells here. What else? Oh, cool. Now, yeah, that is a sharp-ribbed drill. No critter in there. Awesome. I have found that alive, or it's possible. So that's why I'm always, I don't even mention that, do I? When I'm looking at the inside of the shell just to make sure there's no animal in it. Some of them I just know. I know there's no animal in that olive, but when I'm always looking at the opening of the shell to make sure there's no hermit crab or there's no animal in the shell. And oh, a chestnut turban and a tinted cantharus. Okay, now we're talking. Now I'm excited. I'm like, yay, there's shells here. All right, I'm trying again. Lettered olive. Are you going to pass the shine test? We'll see. I think maybe. Yeah. All right. We have ourselves a lettered olive. And something half buried. Oh, see what I mean? The shells are always there. So that is an apple murex. They just don't always make their way like up onto the beach. Shark eye. All right. And a fighting conch. Okay. Here's another apple murex. And another. That one's a little broken on the bottom. Yeah, that's what I'm checking out. I'm like, oh, this looks weird. All right, but yay, shells, right? Okay. Oh, now I've employed my cut rib bark. All right, so I'm getting some tools out now. I didn't have my shovel, but I'm using the shell just to kind of move things around. I don't want to use my hands because if I get cut, you don't want to see my bloody hand picking up seashells. So that's why I don't try not to use my hands as a tool. Okay, that is a slipper shell and an Atlantic giant cockle. Those are great tools as well. Although that's not much bigger than the cut-ribbed arc. Oh, another chestnut turban. Terrific. So if you see a couple of shells kind of packed in, try to move them around. Oh, that's so pretty. Spotted slipper snail. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, look, a Florida cone. So sometimes just beneath the surface, I mean, by all means, dig. I don't typically dig, but this looked like a good spot. What is... Oh, awesome! All right, it's got that black on it. I'm going to go with that is cool. That is a true shark eye. The black should not be there. It's not coming off. That black is going to stay. I'm keeping it. Okay, another apple murex. It's kind of missing its top. I don't know if I'll keep it, but at any rate, we do have a shark eye and an apple murex. Another shark. Oh, that one's pretty. That one has a caramel swirl. And then a nutmeg that's not albino. It's just very bleached out, kind of missing its top. It's not the right white color. Albinos are just a different white. That is a Centura hunteria, or a banded tulip. Alrighty, so that's also a chestnut turban, and about this point I'm thinking, yeah, I'm glad I came here. Chestnut turban, this is terrific. Oh, I was going to say, little orange shell is either going to be a horse conch or a true tulip. Unless it's just a miscolored something else. That is a little horse conch. I don't know, it's got little black stuff on it. Oh my goodness! Now this is the first time I'm finding a live auger while I'm making a video. So there is a critter inside of that auger. And I'm trying to scoop up water and kind of hold the critter in my hand with hopes that it will feel comfortable and loved and it'll come out and say hi. All right. And all right, the palm of my hand is not working great. And we're going to see. I don't know. It's coming out a little bit. Oh, another sharp-ribbed drill. Oh, that is cool. I just blew in the aperture to make sure, again, there's no hermit crabs, there's no critters. Oh, it's so pretty. And then I have in my hand that auger still. It's kind of coming out. Kind of, sort of. But you know what? Why don't I use my tiny container, fill it with water, and wait, see what happens. And that's what I did. And nothing really happened. So, as it turns out, I was at the beach with my friend. I was not making a video, but that's not to say I didn't record my experience. So these are two live augers. And then there is a live little bruised NASA, but I'm more interested in the augers, and they're kind of like, it's like they put their foot out and then they just drag themselves, put their foot out, drag themselves. Kind of cool. Now, these guys eat worms, so the bruised NASA is probably okay. The augers tend to eat sea worms, and they are going to come out, and I was kind of hoping to see, I love like their little antennas. I just think they're adorable, like snails with their little eye stalks and stuff. And this actually looks like, if you watch my video, it looks a little bit like that Rosemurex. Oh, it's kind of neat. Yeah, so that's its foot, its body, its foot. It's not doing all that much, but you can at least see a little bit more than we could with the other critter. Yeah, so if I ever find things that I think are interesting, I always record it for purposes like this. So you do get to see the animal kind of come out, see it move a little bit. So that's what a live auger looks like. Unfortunately, the critter I found, yeah, he was sleepy. So he just came out a little bit, but I'm going to put your little back. Thank you, friend. Thanks for hanging out for just a little while. All right, let's see. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, a turkey wing. Yeah, it's a little bit better shape than that first one we picked up. I am definitely glad that I switched locations. And it's funny how that works. Now, we are at the end of the island, so the currents kind of act a little bit differently. And I'm really hoping I'm going to find a couple Wenzel traps. But at least, meanwhile, we're finding something. Oh, there's a little lightning whelk. Adorable little thing. So that's probably like it's a very common shell. A collectible shell, but common nonetheless. Oh, a Gulf oyster drill. Yep, and I just got pretty good at identifying those. The trick, there's no trick. You just got to pick up like a million of them, and then eventually you can figure it out. It's just that's how I figured it out. All right, no storms. Good. We're not going to be pushed off the beach or anything. But I will say I did have the presence of mind while I was doing my 2.5-mile walk earlier to record a little beach walk. And now you can have some beach time. And just like that, we are transported back to Lighthouse Beach with shells. Oh my goodness, look how pretty that one is. So that is another Gulf oyster drill that, how do I delicately say this? It looks like it gets expired like 20 minutes ago. The shell is beautiful. And then a little horse conch. Oh, that's terrific. Yay! That's awesome. A 9-armed sea star. I have not seen one of these in forever. Now, they have a really cool water vascular system, and that's how they move all those little tube feet. And they use that for locomotion, to pry open clams and whatnot. I feel like I used to find these critters all the time, and I can't remember the last time I saw one. So the hurricane really changed things. It feels like it's almost getting back, almost. Like we'll see this winter. That is another Gulf oyster drill. No, I'm not going to go gaga over that. Color's lovely, but not like spectacular like that other one. Oh, that was pretty. What do we got here? Oh, a little banded tulip. Fabulous. Cute little thing. And I know it's confusing because the true tulips have bands on them too, but that is a banded tulip. Shark eye. Oh my. It was the tiniest little eyeball looking at me. All right, I'm keeping it. That's hilarious. I thought it was a seashell. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to that. So that was a piece of a shark eye. This is a hinged yellow prickly cockle. If you like the bivalves. And on a slow day, I like them all. I like all the shells, even the buttercup leucine, which I actually do like anyway. That's relatively buttery. It's in the leucine family, the buttercup leucine. I thought maybe sailor's ear. Nope, went right over it. Went for the slipper snail and the Florida fighting conch, the juvenile Florida fighting conch. I don't know what. I mean, there's definitely stuff here. I pass up a lot of stuff. I know, not on purpose. I'm just used to kind of seeing it. It's an Atlantic giant cockle or a beach bowl and a little misshapen, but kind of, I just think they're kind of neat. The interior color is really neat. The exterior can also be rather pretty. All right. And, okay, that is another one of those Atlantic giant cockles. Very cool. Yep, apple murex. I had a feeling. That dark brown. Oh, that's beautiful apple murex. Oh, that's awesome. And I don't know what it was. It was like about this time I started thinking about like the passing on of knowledge and the way like back in caveman times we had like handprints and drawings, and now we have YouTube. So like people do tell me tips and tricks and I try it and then I pass that on to you. I just find it kind of interesting. Nah. I pick up a lot of stuff that it doesn't make itself into the video, so I am rather selective. Would you look at that? Yeah. So that's what I came here for. That's a Wenzel trap. Are there any? Where there's one, yeah, immediately, just in case. Would you look at that? Oh, number 2. So I feel like I have this like cool little secret. Oh, it's so awesome. So looking for Wenzel trap, it's a very different type of shelling because they're tiny, and so you got to go really slow because you're kind of waiting. The waves will push the shells, and then your brain has to like look and then tell your arm to move before the wave moves again. So I actually find it really fun. It's a real brain engaging bubble. I call it like a video game for adults and you're outside in nature. So I don't know how to explain it. It's just really fun, but it's very different than the other shelling. So if you're going to look for Wenzel traps, it's time consuming and it's so worth it. And along the way, you're going to probably find other tiny, awesome shells. 2 auger. Okay. We have a little button shell. A little swirly guy in the front there, and then a little purple auger. Terrific. A little horse conch. Wasn't sure if that was going to be a little horse conch or a little true tulip. Oh, they're so cute. Little candy corn. All right, what do we got here? Oh, a critter. All right, yeah, let me get the best angle. Hello, calico box crab. All right, rather sedentary. I know you're alive. Now, they're called a box crab because their front claws will kind of tuck under themselves and form like a little box. As you see that one little arm doing. They're beautiful. Some people do collect the carapace, the shell of the calico box crab. I don't because I can't seem to figure out how to keep the color on it. Maybe they're always there. Maybe one of these is a project I'll take care of in the future. But hello, adorable little crab. We'll just say hi. Let's see what else we can find. Hopefully a couple of Wenzel traps. Oh my goodness, look how adorable. Now I gotta see if it's broken. Nope, intact. Yep, I gotta flip on the other side. Oh, that's cute little turkey wing. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, this looks good. Woohoo! Alrighty. Oh, that one's shorter. The other Wenzel traps felt taller to me, and there are different Wenzel traps. I can tell you a brown band Wenzel trap, but some of these the white ones, not yet. I cannot quite tease them apart yet. And so this is an opportunity. This drove me crazy. There's the Wenzel trap right there. and it's going to float. Now, I did see it, but I didn't see where it went. So I'm like, okay, no, it's not it. Or maybe it was it. So it's kind of fun. Yes, no, it's not frustrating because like in my brain, I'm like, I think I saw it. I don't know. But yeah, I got one. Was that the one I saw? I don't know. But I did find another Wenzel trap. See how it's taller than that other one? Oh, it's so beautiful. Yes, I have found a live Wenzel trap. It reminded me of the live auger we found. I see another one. Yep. And I actually brought it home and then I had to bring it back to the beach. It happened. I brought it back to the bunch, actually. Yep, another Wenzel trap. So you can get Wenzel traps over at Bunch Beach, too. That's where I found my first one. You always remember your first Wenzel trap. Oh, this organic matter stuff, the last time it was good for finding Wenzel traps. This is a disc dosinia. And what's interesting me here, the drill hole. So that's called an umbo drill. The animal figured it would go, that's the hard way, but the sure way, if you go in the thinner part of the shell, the animal could like snap closed. So somebody drilled a hole in that thick part of the shell and slurped out the contents. Yum. All right, we got, now I was going to put it down. I'm like, nah, let me show you. You can pick off that beach stuff off of the Gulf oyster drill. All right, another cross-barred Venus clam. So some of the beach stuff can very easily come off and some stuff is pretty tough. That beach stuff happened to pick right off. So no big deal. If I needed a tool or anything, I would have saved it because I don't want to cut my hands. Oh, cool. Now this is a thick-lipped drill. Oh, and a tusk shell. Would you look at that? So the tinies are fabulous. Look, a little shark eye. Yeah. Oh, it's a little broken. There were other people looking for shells here. I'm going to leave that. Keep hunting for tinies. All right. This is, I think that's a true tulip. Yep, it is. So little orange are going to be a little true tulip or a little horse conch. Or again, something like one of those other weird orange colored shells. Oh, little nutmeg. Oh, that's a cute one. It's got nice beading on it. B-E-A-D, beading, cute. Cayenne keyhole limpet. Ah, limpets are awesome. I don't find them often, and we only kind of have that one kind. They're fascinating. All right, horse conch or true tulip? Horse conch. This cute little candy corn white. Oh, it's almost that time of year, isn't it? So adorable little horse conch. Fighting conch. Well, juvenile fighting conch. They look so different. The juveniles from the adults, and even like the ones even smaller than that. Oh. So all in all, my day didn't end up too terribly. Well, not at all. No day at the beach is a bad day. Even a bad shelling day, frankly. I just kind of wanted to give it a little more effort. And then before I leave, I was just admiring these beautiful clouds. So it's raining over there. Not up there. It's pretty cool. Florida is so flat, you can kind of just see the weather. So no garbage today, just seashells. So we did get that lady-in-waiting Venus clam, a distocenia, the buttercup lucine, the cut-ribbed arc, the turkey wings, also known as zigzag arts, Florida prickly cockles, yellow prickly cockles, apple murex, a couple of shark eyes, including literally just an eyeball, some calico scallops, some button shells, some nutmegs, some augers. On the bottom, there's some lightning whelks. Above that, some serifs. There's one crossbarred Venus clam, a couple of banded tulips, a true tulip, a bunch of those Gulf oyster drills, some juvenile Florida fighting conchs. There were some mauve mouth drills as well. Some slipper snails, kitten paws, looks like a corrugate jewel box, crossbarred cardita, the olives, the chestnut turbans, the Atlantic giant cockles, bubbles, the other sharp rib drills, and that thick-lipped drill. There's one seraph up there, horse conchs, cones. There was one dusky cone, a Florida cone, and then my favorites were the Wenzel traps, the shark eye, that gorgeous Gulf oyster drill, and the limpet. Oh, I didn't even mention the tinted canthorus. So I know it's summer and this is I really had to work for that, but at least we know why. It's not like we did anything wrong. The winds are not working with us in the summer. The little storms that pop up are like bonanzas, but I'll be fine if we don't have any hurricanes. I would be good with that. Patreons, thank you. Thank you so very much. I hope you're enjoying the content that I'm posting over on Patreon. If you have any interest, you can join that as well. Next week, we're going to Fort Myers Beach. I haven't been there yet. Well, at least that's the plan. Sometimes it pays to be flexible. It's going to be fun. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again next Sunday.